Hi everybody. I just came downstairs to make some lunch and I was trying to find something to make that wouldn't take too long, that wasn't too difficult, that would fill me up, but still healthy to eat for lunch. So I went through my pantry and my fridge and I found ingredients for broccoli cheese soup. I'm gonna go ahead and cut up our vegetables and I'll show you the next steps.
All right, so this hardly takes any time at all to make. It's super easy. We have a whole head of broccoli, 2 carrots. The recipe calls for 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. The more, the better for me. And 1 onion. We are going to go ahead and, chop up these veggies. And our broccoli is going to be cut into little bite-sized pieces. Dropping some on the floor. All right, and like that, I cut almost all of the stems off. But I mean, you can leave as much on as you want. We'll cut those up a little smaller. And for your carrots, I love this guy. It's gonna go ahead and give us those strips that we want for our soup. You can just dice them. You can cut them up into any way, shape, or form that you would like to cut these up into. But I love these strips. They look really neat in the soup. I'm gonna go ahead and finish cutting these up, and then I will go ahead and show you what we're gonna do next. Okay guys, so I have 4 tablespoons of butter here. We're gonna go ahead and melt that. And then we are going to add just our onions and our garlic, okay? Let's get all of that in. Perfect. All right, we are going to saute our garlic and our onions in here with our 4 tablespoons of butter until they're nice and soft. And then we will go ahead and add our flour and chicken stock. We'll check back in a minute. Okay, great. So those have been sauteing for about 2 to 3 minutes. We now have our 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. We are going to go ahead and add to our onions. So make sure y'all can see that. Just gonna get a little pasty. Cook that for another minute till it looks like that. Okay. Cook that for a second, and then we are going to add our 2 cups of homemade chicken broth. Obviously, store-bought is fine. I just love making my own, so that's what I use. We have 2 cups of our homemade chicken broth, and keep that simmering. Then we are going to go ahead and add all of our carrots and our broccoli in here, okay? As well as all of our seasonings. So we have salt, pepper to taste, and about a teaspoon of paprika. Sorry, I cannot talk today. All right, we are going to mix that really well. Get that all incorporated. Perfect. Let's go ahead and just, okay, that's about right. Salt and pepper to taste. Perfect. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead, oh, it's like splattering everywhere. We're gonna go ahead and mix all this up, and then we'll check back in on it in about 15 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this with the lid, and we will check right back in. Okay, so our very last step is super simple. We have 2 cups of half and half here. You can use skim milk, you can use heavy cream. I just like half and half because it's a nice happy medium between the 2. We're going to go ahead and pour that in, as well as 8 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese. Okay, and let's go ahead and just simmer that for a few minutes until that cheese is melted, and then I'll show you what that looks like. You can use an immersion blender here if you would like to. I don't, because I think it's just perfect the way that it is. But if you would like to go ahead and break up some of that broccoli and some of those carrots, that is absolutely fine. Check back in a second. All right, guys, our broccoli cheese soup is all done, and it looks delicious. We have it here in our Staub cast iron. I'm going to have this for lunch, and I'm also going to serve it to my family for dinner because I made so much of it, and it is so delicious. All right, let's get this served up. And honestly, guys, this took about 20 minutes tops from start to finish. It's really, really simple and probably can be made with ingredients that you have there on hand at your house. Delicious, healthy, sprinkle a little bit of cheese on there. And there you have it. Delicious, yummy, creamy broccoli cheese soup. Let's taste it. Oh my goodness, guys, it's so good and creamy. I love it. Great for lunch, dinner for the family. Easy weeknight meal if you want to cook it during the week for dinner. Really quick, simple. Subscribe if you like this video. I have lots more.